Deuteronomy 18 and 18 of the Jewish and Christian books says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was going to raise up a prophet, not his son, but a prophet. So if Deuteronomy 18 and 18 describes Isa, Jesus Christ, alayhi salam, as this individual, God didn't say nothing about no begotten son, now did he? Okay? He said a prophet. But he said that when he will place his words in his mouth, right? And then what it say, sis?
Yeah.
It says he will place his words in his mouth, what he want him to say. But he will be like unto Moses. Show me the comparison between Jesus, alayhi salam, and Moses, alayhi salam. Moses brought a law. Jesus brought no law. And some may say, Imam, what you mean by that? He ain't brought no law. He didn't bring no law. He came explaining the law that Moses brought. A lot of people didn't know that. Because Jesus was a messenger, not a prophet. A prophet is one that brings a revelation. A messenger is one who comes to explain that revelation. Okay? Moses, alayhi salam, was a prophet. He brought the revelations of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Hebrew nation, the Jews. You know, the Ten Commandments and all this stuff here, which is actually more than 10 commandments. Because if you read all the books of Numbers, all the books of Deuteronomy and Leviticus, all these are commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he gave unto Moses to give to the children of Israel to live by and to run their nation by and to build a government upon to make them a nation. A nation that fear God and worship God and obey God. Okay? So Jesus does not fit this description. So who do it fit? Surely it fit the homosexual Paul. Because Paul, he brought about his own law. He told them to do away with the law of Moses. So Paul don't fit it either. So who is this prophet? I want every bishop, every priest, every pastor, every evangelist, every reverend, and every elder to answer to this question. Who is that prophet? Because Jesus does not fit the description. He was nowhere near like unto Moses because he didn't bring no law. He lived according to the Torah. He even stated in the Injil, I came not to destroy the law. What law was he talking about? Was he talking about the Romans, the Italian law? No. What law he was talking about? Because when he came on the scene, the Roman Empire was in control over Jerusalem. So what law was he talking about? Was he talking about man law, Italian law, or was he talking about God law that God had put in the Torah?
God's law.
God's law. He said, I came not to destroy the law, nor the Nabees, nor the prophets. Hold up, wait a minute. He ain't coming to destroy the law. Not even the prophets? So what was he talking about the prophets? He was talking about the traditions, the sunnahs, the hadiths of the prophets. Because every prophet had sunnah. Every prophet had traditions and practices and customs that they practiced in front of the believers. And the believers copycatted them in those practices. Just like the Muslims copycat Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they did the same thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you will find no difference in my deen. None. All my prophets and the believers done the same. They practice the same way. There is no change in my way of life. If there any change, man made the change, not Allah. So this description does not fit Isa alayhi salam. No other prophet after Moses came with a revelation different from Moses alayhi salam. Every prophet came touching on every subject. But Moses was given a direct order revelation. Commandments on morals. Commandments on character. Commandments on how to treat your neighbors. Commandments on how to treat your mother and your father and your siblings. Commandments on how to pray. Commandments on how to fast. Commandments on how to treat your women. The only prophet that ever was like unto Moses alayhi salam was Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Because he brought a revelation that taught us the same thing that Moses' laws taught. Morals, principles, doctrines. How to run our governments. How to treat our women. How to dress. How to eat. How to sleep. How to fast. How to make wudu. Wash our hands up to the elbows and wash our faces. Blow out our nose, rinse out our mouths, clean out our ears, rub our head, wash our feet. The same laws that Moses brought, alayhi salam, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam brought the same laws. And this prophet will be like unto me. And he will be thy brethren. Jesus still don't fit that description. Mary was a Jew, right? Jesus had no father. But Mary was a Jew. So that made Jesus what? A Jew. That made him a Jew. But they really don't want to make him a Jew because he don't have a father, see? Because why? The child is determined by the blood of the father. So that's why they went and put Joseph in there. A Jewish man. So Jesus can fit in their lineage. But see, he was a miracle child. He was a sign to the Jews. Not a God, not a son of God, but a sign to let the Jews know, because see, they was a sign type people. They didn't believe now unless they saw a sign. They had to saw something miraculously happen before they can believe. So God took a virgin woman and had her to bring a prophet into the world without the invention of a man. But they had to put a man there so they could call him a Jew. But he was a Jew by his mama, because his mama was a Jew. Because her daddy and her mama was a Jew. So that made Jesus, alayhi salam, a Jew. Okay? So he don't fit the description of brethren. Brother is of the same tribe. Brethren is a kin tribe. See, this is how they play tricks with the words. See, the Jews were so slick. They wasn't uneducated because they was educated. They can take a word from the beginning of the verse and take a word from the last part of the verse and take that word from the last part of the verse and put it in the front part of the verse and take the front part word and put it in the back. And twist the whole meaning of the whole verse. For the brethren is a kinsman tribe. Okay? And they put the word brethren there because they call themselves playing games and tricks with the words to confuse the people so they wouldn't understand that this last prophet was going to be an Arab. That this last prophet was coming from a black Egyptian woman. And a Hebrew man. Now that just tears them slam up with their arrogant minds. See, they plotting, they plan, but Allah is the best plotter and planner there is. Allah knows what you're going to do before you even do it. He just lets you go and do what you're doing till you dig yourself a hole and you fall in it face first. So this prophet was going to be kin to the Jews. He wasn't going to be actually a Jew. But he's going to have Jew in him. Then he had a little African in him too. Ha ha ha. Ask the Arabs about their ancestry. The ancestry came from Hagar, the black Egyptian woman who was given to Abraham, alayhi salam. When Abraham, alayhi salam, went into Egypt, in Africa, because back in the day when I was coming up, they tried to make us think Egypt wasn't even part of Africa. Until Allah made me clever enough to go to school and pay attention and realize and look at the map and see where Egypt exactly was. And it was in Africa. And the Pharaoh wanted to marry Sarah, the wife of Abraham. So he gave Abraham these little princesses, women. You know how they had the women around? They can have sex with any one of them. Because back then, men had plenty of women. Give them maid servants, men servants. You know? Cattle, sheep, cows, goats, chickens. You know, all this stuff. He gave them all this stuff as a gift. As a dowry for Sarah. So, dowry didn't start with just the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dowry been back then too. Thousands of years ago. Men had been given dowries for wives. Okay? Then after he couldn't have sex with her, and he really came to realize that this was a married woman already. He kicked her out of his palace and told Abraham and Sarah and take all the gifts I gave you and get out of my land. You see, every time he tried to have sex with Sarah, he had seizures. And that last example of the seizure, he said, get out. He realized he was married. He was about to commit adultery. He was about to have sex with a mad woman. And he kicked her out and kicked them out of his country. And everything he gave Abraham, he told him to have it.